Hey guys, back in my comfy chair. Thanks for all the support. Unfortunately, so I've been trying to do George Jones, and George Jones, the people who own it, don't let you play anything. I swear, like anything. And I watched Who's Gonna Fill Their Shoes. So this is just for the people who really like the country stuff, and me going back. And if you're interested at all in knowing what I learned and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna go through some of that stuff uh, pretty quickly. Just in this we I had watched the video and commented. I wondered how much the gas was in this Hall's market and stuff like that. And then George Jones comes on this his tour bus, right, which is what I learned when he comes off, and he's looking super fly here. That's not him when he comes off. But what I had originally did before I had watched the video and um before I'd watched the video, I looked at the lyrics, realized there was going to be so many references to people that I didn't know. So if you guys want to listen to the song as I talk about some of this stuff, that really helped me out. But I wanted to get this out just in case there's anybody that's interested in what I learned, like how I learned it, or as I'm learning some of these things, like I kind of wanted to be recorded just for fun because I think it makes it a fun journey and a complete journey that I would like to be all on YouTube and all on my channel, just for future references. And I thought it was so funny that, well, the guy's trying to sell him the guitar that, because a lot of legends had come by and signed it, and he wanted to sell it to George Jones. One, I think it's funny that he didn't want George Jones's signature on it or to sign it. And then um, they go in. There's this beautiful memorabilia and all this stuff about every artist, and I think it's almost heartwarming and it's wholesome that it was in a um what do I want to call it? You know, it's in the middle of nowhere. This like one stop place that you get this guy who has all this like a little bit of memorabilia stuff. It wasn't like George Jones went to like some big city, where country and all this stuff is going on, and he went and saw these huge plaques or anything. Like, no, it's in the middle of nowhere with all this like stuff that remind all the album covers and all this stuff. Um, so the few things that I learned in here is there's a ton of references to other people. He uses song lyrics, albums, song titles, all kinds of stuff to reference people. One of them I learned was the redheaded stranger in here is Willie Nelson. I don't really know. Um, I'm not. I know who Willie Nelson is, but I'm not. I don't know every song, or I don't know even what to feel because I haven't listened to enough and really gone through it enough to really know. Another one that was really interesting is the Okie from Muskogee is Merle Haggard. Now, I didn't know who Merle Haggard was. I didn't know who Merle Haggard was even during the video, my original video. But right before I recorded this, I watched George Jones. I was on a night show with Merle Haggard, and I got to learn who Merle Haggard was, or I got to learn them in their older years, not probably when they started, because I saw like Merle Haggard had like a picture, and you know, he looked like he was like in his mid 20s or something. So you know, on like box set of like all of his stuff. Another, that's wrong. Hello, darling is Twitter. It's not Twitter. It's Hello, darling is Conway Twitty. And he says that like right after the Okie from Muskogee line. And if you're not familiar, it really flows. It's really interesting how we got this all this to flow. It seems like an offhand like comment, like it, I don't know. It's so beautiful in the song how he does it. Because if you don't know if it's a reference, you wouldn't think it's a reference. You just think it's like him saying hello as he's referencing somebody else. But actually, who he's referencing is Conway Twitty, which is you know, it was just a beautiful way that he did that. In the original video, the story that I kind of told everybody was, and I've said this in another video too. I lived in Michigan, and every summer, when I was a kid, my dad would pack up all his kids, my siblings, and we would go to northern Michigan to my grandma's at a cabin, and he would play this like cassette tape, and I don't know if it was like one-sided, two-sided. I'm pretty sure it was a cassette tape. I don't think it was a CD, and it had like a list of songs, and we would listen to the same songs like every summer, and um, I'm pretty sure That's My Job by Conway Twitty was on there. If not, either way, it reminds me of that time, but it reminds me of that cassette tape that we would listen to. And I remember my grandma listening to it too a lot too. And we see, as we go through, we start seeing some more of the people that he's referencing. And okay, so in the chorus, there's the Wabash Cannonball. So I had to go through the history of that too, guys. And it's the Wabash Cannonball. The first documented thing was from 1882. It's about a fictional train. It's an American folk song. A lot of people have done renditions of it. No definitive person who wrote it seems like. But Roy Acuff is definitely one who did it. And what I'm pretty sure is George Jones is referencing Roy Acuff in the song. And I did see a Johnny Cash version of the song too that was on YouTube. I'm sure I can't listen to any of that stuff and show you guys. But sometimes we just gotta do it the old school way and just talk. And I think that's okay. All right. And then it wasn't here. He goes blue suede shoes and something else. And it's Elvis and Carl Perkins. I forgot to even look that up for this this version of the song at the time. There, I was like, what, confused and stuff like that. I thought blue suede shoes would refer to Elvis, but when I was researching, somebody else said that blue suede shoes referred to Carl Perkins. I don't understand how that works, to be honest with you. That's just what I kind of found out. And another reference, it's somewhere like right here, right there, as right before this, and he calls him Luke the Drifter. Luke the Drifter is Hank Williams. Now, I didn't go into every single one, like some of them, like Hello Darling is like the famous Conway Twitty like song title. Like Luke the Drifter, I didn't look up exactly what that referred to. So if you guys know, let me know. And there was like other references in here that like I had to spend time just even like going through, right? Because before my time, I don't know all of them by hand. I don't know all of their music, like Merle Haggard. Now, if I don't know that I've ever heard him, now I probably have, accidentally heard some of his songs or something like that, but I've never definitively know that I've heard his songs or anything like that. But I really enjoyed the song. It was a great song. It was so fun, like just going through and finding all these references and doing all this stuff. I had a blast doing it. It sucks that I couldn't upload the video, but it happens. If you guys like this, and if you even don't even mind, even if the song's not here, I hope you guys played it in the background while you listened or while I talked, or, whatever it is. Let me know. And yeah, I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. Have a good one.